A private developer or entrepreneur will not want to put his money somewhere where he's not comfortable or she's not comfortable with policies or regulations that are, being put down by the state government. So are the policies and the regulations, going to be, do you feel that they are favorable for private investors who would want to come and invest in the state?
Well, it's affecting, as I said, the government need to relax on their policy. Governments are meant to make policy that's going to be conducive for the business environment.
But you see, they could relax the policies and at the end of the day, they will lose.
They will lose.
So how do we get to a situation where everybody is happy?
Well, it's very simple. You identify yourself as a farmer. Let's come to your farm. What do you have? They will look at your track records. What did you produce last year? They feel comfortable if they say that, oh, this is what you've been producing. Okay, we can partner with you. But as I said, the government still need to relax on their policy and they need to act fast. Like, for example, our own. I told that they move us away. So we talk about compensation. We've been on this compensation for the past 1 year. It's like for the past 1 year, we have about 23 farmers in our assets. We have not been doing anything. Because they promised to relocate us, promised to compensate us, and even the land have not been cleared, just like what you said, is the government trying to, are they going to help the farmers to clear the place? It's still very, very no cost. Even they're going to give you tractors, you have to pay for the diesel. You have to rent the tractors. So these are still the conditions that we are talking about that the government need to relax. Because, see, employment in this country is the very easiest thing to do. If foreigners can be coming to our country to take advantage of what we are not even seeing, then we need to sit down in the round table again. What are we doing wrong? You understand? Because the government have got no business going to agriculture, both in the federal and the state levels. All what they have to do is to provide a conducive environment that is going to be conducive for everybody, even for the government. Because to me, infrastructure is an investment.
Yes.
It's not an expense. They think that, for us to construct this road, it's an investment. No, it's an investment, because by the time you do that investment, definitely in the long run, these people are going to pay taxes and they're going to feed the nations. And we are talking of food security. Our population keep on increasing every day. And most of our governors have been saying that, listen, the oil sector is going down. Even the Minister for Petroleum says that for the past 6 months that our oil supply has been very reduced. You can hear all over where there's oil theft here and there. But who are the people doing the oil theft? They know themselves. It's not the common man. So we have to diversify from all these oil businesses and go into agriculture, because that is the only place where you can employ more of our youths. Because we have so many of our youth, almost about 80%, roaming about the street. For what? Even like now that when the school is on strike, believe me honestly, some students are ready to take up agriculture if it is conducive for them to do it, not like giving them a cutlass, go and be cultivating. But if there's a modern agriculture, tractors, expanse of land, that they will even do it with pride, with joy. Some of them might even decide to say, what is in education? Let me get my act together in this agriculture.
So is there easy, provision of farm equipment? Is it always easy for you to get equipment to use?
It's not easy. I'm not going to sit down and lie. Though they have it, but it's not really in common. The whole Nigeria, I don't think we have more than 200 tractors, according to the statistics of the federal government. And that 200 tractors alone cannot even cultivate more than about 2,000, 5,000 hectares of land. So there are still so many problems that I think the government needs to tackle, both in the state and the federal level, like the accessibility to the funds, single digit interest rate, and the Bank of Agriculture need to be empowered, because these are the people that we farmers should be able to deal with, not the commercial bank that doesn't even want to go into the agricultural sectors.
Now, we know that in most advanced economies there are subsidies for agriculture.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the level of subsidy support for agriculture, especially at the state level?
There's no subsidy in agriculture in Nigeria yet. There's it for oil levels, for the oil sector. We don't have it in. Now that was what I said, that there should be a revolutionized agric in this country. If they can be giving subsidy to the oil that we cannot even put on the table and drink, so why can't you apply the same thing to the agric sector, both in the state and the federal level? No, there's no subsidy at all. And even the funds that are supposed to be given to the farmers one time, I remember when I was there that some of this money does not really get to the hands of the real farmers, which need to be changed. If we are going to tackle the issue of food security. And don't get me wrong, the federal government are trying their possible best to change the clock, especially the new Minister for Agriculture, Dr. Adewumi, with the new agenda of the federal government.
Okay, so now going forward, what can the states do to address these issues? Because this is a situation that everybody knows is going to explode in the medium to long term. Yes. So what should the state governments begin to do now to, address all the issues?
Well, the first thing is to relax on their policies, as I said, and to take agriculture as a business just the same way the federal government have taken it, and to attend to the needs of farmers urgently, not just sitting down on it.
But do the farmers even take their complaints to the appropriate authority?
Trust me, they do, like we do. In fact, almost every day I always go to the Lagos State government that, listen, we are tired of going home. We want to go back to our farmland. Give us our compensation. Give us our land. Let's go back. Because directly or indirectly, about 500,000 people were affected by us just not doing anything right now. And the government realized it, and the government have done his possible best there. He gave them everything that, listen, relocate these people, compensate them, but as I told you, some of these civil servants, they just sit around as if it's a normal business. They are the same thing, the access to the land is not enough. They are giving up, but they need to give more lands, because what we wanted to do next year, by the grace of God, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in my own chairmanship tenure, that we are trying to bring some of these foreign exhibitors. It's going to be the first in the Nigerian sector. It's going to be like international agricultural exhibitor. That way all states will participate, including the federal government. My president doesn't have to go to China to go and be looking for foreign investor in agriculture. My governor doesn't have to travel to China, to India. When these investors can come right there to our door, so that way we all sit down, all the state ministers of agriculture will be involved, then we move agriculture forward as a business, not as a recreation.
Well, thank you so much, Wale, for joining me on the program today. It's been an interesting conversation.
You're welcome.
Well, I've been speaking with Wale Oyekoya. He's the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bama Farms, as well as the Chairman, Agric and Non-Oil Export Group of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry.